My friends, how are y'all doing out there today? I hope that you are having a good day as we continue to go through this insane presidency of Donald Trump, as he is up to more shenanigans yet again today. So there's always something going on with this bastard, isn't there? We've got right now Donald Trump, who has put the tariffs on hold for 90 days, has now recently backed off of that deal in an effort to make America the least reliable trading partner in all the world. Donald Trump has yet flip-flopped once again, and this is having to do with tariffs on steel and aluminum, as Donald Trump has once again decided to prove just how incredibly impulsive he is and how ridiculous America as a whole is right at this very moment. And I know there's a lot of us out here fighting against that and saying, look, we don't stand by this, we don't support it, but Donald Trump is the face of America right now, and we all look completely ridiculous every time Donald Trump does some dumb shit. So Donald Trump has increased the tariffs on steel and aluminum from 25% up to 50%. And I got to tell you, my friends, I believe this is probably related to all the taco memes coming around. We have once again bullied Donald Trump into doing something completely stupid. In an emotional outburst from Donald Trump, we now have increased tariffs yet again. While the tariffs are all on a 90-day pause from any sort of increases. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with now, isn't it, my friends? So there's a lot going on with this, but by the time we get to the end of the video, Donald Trump had lied once again to the working class Americans, like he always does. It must be nice to be a president that just says nice things that people want to hear and is never held accountable and never has to actually deliver on the things that he said. And by the time we get to the end of this video, we are going to go through that lie and the part that I'm really going to focus on, because I got to be honest with you, my friends, there are some things that are way the fuck over my head, some things in the world that I just don't understand. And I try every day, I try to learn more about what's going on in the world, but there's just things that don't make a whole lot of sense that I don't know much about. And that thing that I don't know much about today is apparently Donald Trump's increased tariffs are the result of some sort of merger or acquisition with U.S. Steel that I believe is based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Could be wrong about that. And Nippon Steel, which is a Japanese steel manufacturer. Now, I got a chance to do a little bit of looking at the history on this to kind of see what it is that's going on, because I remembered hearing about it under the Biden administration and something about how Joe Biden blocked it or didn't want it to go through or something to that effect. And I was able to find a little bit of that information, is that Joe Biden was at least partly responsible for blocking this merger or acquisition. Feel free to fill in the blanks for me in the comments, because this one is a big topic. And I don't know much about business mergers and acquisitions. I'm just a truck driver, my friends. I push the damn go pedal. I get where I'm going. That's all they require from me around here. So I don't know a lot about certain things going on in the world. But my understanding is that from the information I was able to look up, was that Donald Trump was also opposed to this. He didn't like this idea until recently. Until recently, he decided that he really, really fucking likes this idea. And it's part of the catalyst, what's driving him to increase these tariffs on steel and aluminum. I think mostly from China, but I've heard from some Canadians that they're getting caught up in it also, which, yeah, sounds about right. Donald Trump always finds a way to fuck with the Canadians for some reason. They're the nicest people in the world. They got some dicks, all right? Canada's got some assholes, but for the most part, they're very friendly people. So anyways, Donald Trump originally was opposed to it, as I understand. Now he really likes the idea. And what I was going to say is it's got to be from one of three options that I've come up with in my head. Either it's one of his, well, Joe Biden likes something, so I don't fucking like it. You know how he's a toddler that reacts on his emotions and his hatred for other people, like greater men than him. Donald Trump has a lot of hatred for men that are greater than him, which is a lot of fucking people. He's not setting the bar real high. So he may have flip-flopped on his position on this only because of how Joe Biden felt about it. That's one possibility. Another possibility is that he maybe got a favor through his meme coin. Yeah, you know, his meme coin. You know how Donald Trump is a corrupt president? Are you guys aware of that? I'm not, you guys know, right? You guys know that Donald Trump is corrupt as fuck. So Donald Trump has a meme coin where you'll notice sometimes that meme coin will go up. And when that meme coin goes up, Donald Trump has a whole new opinion about a topic that he used to have a completely different opinion on. Now, I'm not saying there was a huge increase on this when it happened, but there was a little bump in the meme coin around the same time Donald Trump was saying, I really like this fucking idea. Look, I'm not making any accusations. I'm just saying with a corrupt president, it's extremely possible that somebody paid for a little favor and decided that this was a good idea. And the third possibility is Donald Trump is so goddamn upset about all these taco memes. Old Taco Don is pissed off again, and I'll show you. I don't ever chicken out. You don't ever call me a chicken. And then he went and responded to that out of emotions, like Donald Trump and the MAGA movement does. It's all emotional with these guys. And responded out of emotions and said, I'm gonna slap the shit out of tariffs with all this stuff. But anyways, like I say, I don't know much about mergers and acquisitions and all these kinds of things. That's the part of the video that is well over my head. So I'm just gonna let that play out and not pretend to be an expert on that topic. Okay, my friends, but there was a part of this where Donald Trump really got on my fucking nerves. And I didn't like it even one bit. So Donald Trump was there giving a speech about how his tariffs are going to bring back so many manufacturing jobs, right? We're gonna have the furnaces running 24 hours a day. We're gonna have so many more workers, all these things. And it's so fucking hollow. It's the same goddamn thing that Donald Trump has been doing this entire time while he's been imposing trade wars. Now, there may be a little something to this with this merger acquisition of two companies where it's possible that it opens up more jobs for more Americans, but I highly doubt it, because most of the time we do our manufacturing overseas because it's cheaper to do. So I don't want to just completely discredit that and say there's no possibility there's going to be more jobs. It's possible. I guess I'll give it a possibility. But this isn't done by Donald Trump. This is done by businesses figuring out a business strategy and what they're going to do. Now, knowing that millionaires and billionaires are at the top of the business and they're trying to protect their paycheck, their bonus, and they're trying to protect the shareholders and how much money they can make, I would say that it's probably pretty reasonable to come to the conclusion that there's not a whole lot of interest in hiring more American workers. And there's probably other reasons to buy this company or merge with this company. And it's not in the interest of American workers. That doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense, because we've seen over the years that American manufacturing has gone away. It's not going to come back through this merger, I don't fucking think. But even if it does, it's not because Donald Trump did anything. This was two private businesses working together to do something. But as we know, he's always full of shit. Now, isn't he? But he went on and on talking about that, and then the tariffs. Here's where it's always so fucking hollow with Donald Trump. He said, and these tariffs are going to create so many jobs. Once again, my friends, here we go again. It's deja vu, the same goddamn thing over and over and over from Donald Trump. Tariffs are not a plan to bring back manufacturing. How many times does this guy right here in a semi-truck have to explain this to the President of the United States of America? Tariffs are just tariffs. Tariffs are not an initiative by the government to maybe work out some deals with land development, fucking tax incentives, anything like that. They don't do anything to produce the infrastructure needed to provide all these jobs at all. Full stop. They don't fucking do that. Tariffs do not do anything for the training and education of America's workforce. A tariff is just a tariff. It's the, like, how would I say this? It's not a gateway to getting what you want. All those other things have to happen before you start slapping tariffs on things. Donald Trump, though, as lazy as he is, doesn't actually want to put in the work of doing all these things. And on that note, these are two private companies working together on some sort of deal where they are going to work together. Donald Trump is not involved in this at all. In typical Donald Trump fashion, Donald Trump sees somebody else do the work. He shows up to give a speech, slap his name on someone else's fucking work while accomplishing absolutely fucking nothing. Tariffs, Donald Trump, do not produce the results that you think they will. You have to put in the work first. You have to work with Congress. Let's come up with some bills. How we're going to finance the infrastructure. How we're going to give tax breaks to businesses, which I'm not saying let's do that. I'm saying that may be an incentive to bring in businesses. How we're going to, allocate the funds for training and education for America's workforce. The things that have to come first, fucking Donald Trump, you dumb son of a bitch. The things that have to come first. But here's the part that was really grinding my gears, my friends, that was really pissing me off a little bit, is Donald Trump stood on that stage and he said, and U.S. steelworkers will get a much-needed $5,000 bonus. Donald Trump does not have the authority to do that. Donald Trump cannot show up at a privately owned business and tell the employees of that business that he is going to give them all bonuses, that they are all going to get a bonus. And this is the fucking problem in the MAGA movement. I am fully convinced after hearing that and hearing people cheer for it, MAGA doesn't know what a president is. Because a president does not have the authority to give employees of private companies, I already fucking said this, but let's say it again, a goddamn bonus. He does not have that authority, but they all cheered for it. So fuck yeah, Donald Trump is going to get us a bonus. And here's what's going to happen. Those employees are not going to get a $5,000 bonus. And look, I'm from the working class also. I drive a truck. I'm blue collar, my friends. $5,000 is life-changing fucking money. You know how much we could get done with $5,000 fucking dollars? It's insane. So people hear that, and it's like this fucking life jacket being thrown to them. Not the life jacket, but the circle things they throw, the donut thing they throw out there to the people that are drowning, and they hear it and they fucking latch onto it and go, fuck yeah, we're gonna get that $5,000 fucking dollars. And it's not going to happen. Companies work in the interest of the people at the top of the companies, the people making the money, and the shareholders. Yes, it's a fucked up system. There is no scenario where blue collar working class Americans are going to see $5,000 bonuses. And especially not because the president fucking said so. And I want MAGA to start to wrap their fucking heads around this. He cannot give you a bonus from your job, all right? And it creates, at very least, a hostile work environment, but a potentially dangerous situation for the workers and the management and the ownership and all those things. Because when that $5,000 bonus does not show up, do you think the workers are going to blame Donald Trump and say he did not come through with his promise? No. They're betting on that $5,000. They're going to blame the company. They're going to blame the ownership. They're going to blame the management. And we know in MAGA there is quite a bit of fucking violent lunatics that are in the MAGA movement. Could they react violently when they don't get their $5,000 bonus that Donald Trump told them they were going to get? 100%. That could happen. Donald Trump gets to walk away from this promise that he just made completely scot-free. Take no fucking blame whatsoever when they don't get the bonus that he promised. He promised them. And then you have these people quitting their jobs, making threats, possibly reacting violently, all these things based on Donald Trump lying to working class Americans yet again. And it's shit like this that pisses me off, because that's how he wins elections. He lies and tells people he's going to do things that he has no authority whatsoever to fucking do, and people just eat the shit up because every one of us wants $5,000. Every fucking one of us. So if it's just a little bit of shred of hope that we're gonna get that $5,000, people eat that shit up. It is so fucking reminiscent of the Doge checks. You guys remember that? Yeah, apparently Elon Musk was going to send out every American, like it was somewhere between, depending on who you asked in the day, $3,000, $5,000, $8,000 from all the money they saved through Doge, which they didn't save any fucking money. There are so many estimates out there that Doge ended up costing the American government more than the made-up savings that they put out there. They didn't save us a goddamn thing. They fired fucking veterans, my friends. They fired veterans, cut off their VA benefits. They fucking starved children in other countries. They cut off cancer research. I mean, this is a horrifying list of things that Doge actually did, and they made sure that Elon Musk wasn't getting investigated anymore. They went after the agencies that were trying to figure out what the fuck Elon Musk was up to, and they called it waste, fraud, and abuse. Every bit of it. This is the America we live in now, my friends. The veterans, the war veterans, the combat veterans, I think is the term I'm looking for. People that have went to war on behalf of this country. If you like the war or don't like the war, agree, disagree, they still went. Right? These are the people that afford us the lifestyle that we don't have to worry every day if a bomb's coming through our front window. Because we have, look, America, maybe not so much now, but America made the world respect us and say, don't fuck around with America, because America will then fuck around with you. Who cares if you like war or don't like war? These people have lost limbs, have to deal with PTSD, have lost their lives, have watched their friends die. And we really sat here and called them waste, fraud, and abuse? Are you fucking shitting me? And then when I was going off on all this shit on this channel, talking about how fucked up the whole Doge initiative was, all I listened to was a sea of fucking MAGA dorks tell me, well, yeah, you're not going to be so mad when that fucking Doge check comes in, though, are you? I don't give a fuck. I pay my bills already. But you know what didn't happen? The Doge check. It never fucking showed up. And there were people out there banking on it. Banking on that shit. I can guarantee you that there were people that made careless decisions with their own paychecks because they thought the Doge check was coming. There were some assholes out here, I promise you, that spent a whole damn paycheck on Trump meme coins and said it doesn't matter because that Doge check is showing up. Then they couldn't afford the fucking lot rent anymore. Yeah, that was a trailer park joke. I can say it. I'm from the fucking trailer park. Then they can't afford the fucking lot rent. I love that. That's funny. And then they're getting kicked out of the goddamn house, all based on a absolute fucking lie. A lie. And that's where we're at again. That is exactly where we're at again with Donald Trump, the president of the United States, showing up in front of union workers and promising to them that a private business that Donald Trump has no influence over, cannot do nothing, would give them $5,000 bonus checks. That son of a bitch has done it again, my friends. He has lied to the American people. And when they don't get their $5,000 check, they're going to treat it exactly the same way they did with the Doge check. They're just going to walk away from it. Never bring it up again. Never mention the fucking thing. And then give you some bullshit list of all of Donald Trump's accomplishments, which aren't actually fucking accomplishments. That's the thing that happened yesterday. A guy like, why you always mean to Donald Trump? Here's a list of Donald Trump's accomplishments. And all of it was bullshit. Every bit of it was bullshit, and that's the world we fucking live in. And that's why I'm here on YouTube, my friends. I'm not going to let Donald Trump keep taking advantage of my blue-collar working-class brothers and sisters and convincing them to vote for him, and him never, see, I get all fucked up when I get mad about this, him never taking any accountability, him never coming through on his promises, and then standing in front of them and lying again. U.S. steelworkers, you 100% will not see a $5,000 bonus because Donald Trump said so. And that is the fucking facts. Anyways, I gotta get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.